This is ElijahBman weather. Today we're going to be looking at the Lowland snow potential, the bomb cyclone next week, and even the extended forecast. You can see this colder air kind of moving south here on the infrared satellite imagery. And I must say before we go into this, I am at a place where the Wi-Fi is not very good, so please bear with me, but we will do what we can. So, as we head in this, you can see this 500 millibar temperature. This is very cold polar lobe coming out of the ocean here from Alaska. You can see it right over here. It kind of swings into the area, mainly Sunday night, early Monday. Temperatures will drop quite a bit from this. And then you can see something happening here mid next week, this warmer area here and this colder trough next to it. That is what we're going to be looking at soon, the bomb cyclone that we might have next week. So if we kind of scroll out here, you can see this first system. This is going to have some lower snow levels, probably SFU could see a bit of slush if the 925 millibar temperatures support it. But as we scroll out, you can see it kind of moves out, and then some colder air will come behind it. You can see the thickness bar line, 528 dipping south here. We got the 522 line probably further north somewhere. You can see some of these blues do show up for Vancouver area. This would be very localized. And then you can see the 522 thickness line moving south, and that would be sufficient for some wet snow at sea level in mid-November, like we are possibly going to be seeing Monday night. You can see this snow shower kind of taking over the lower mainland here. This is Langley, Surrey, Burnaby, Coquitlam, Fraser Valley, even some parts of Western Vancouver Island. The snow levels will be low. Now this is looking Monday night, Tuesday. You can see it continuing there, right there. So we'll take a look at the snow rate, the snow totals. Don't take this seriously. It's a grain of salt. You can see a few centimeters really do show up here on the map. If we take a look at Kuchera ratio, which is a bit more probable, which really takes into the fact the air temperature, the ground temperature, the snow ratio. You can see more like a few centimeters are popping up here. 4, 5, 6 centimeters showing up, maybe a bit more for the Fraser Valley. And of course, the mountains will be getting their fair share. Now, we're really going to have to look at the temperatures for this event. Will it support the snow? You can see these maps. Sometimes they show snow at sea level, but do they support it? Let's go to the last run. It's going to be, or just bear with me, this Wi-Fi is just going to be a little bit annoying with loading in what we're looking at here. But you can clearly see it's a bit chillier here. Let's just go into Monday night, see how long it takes for that to load here. Monday night, come on, you got this, Euro. Yeah, there you go. Temps kind of dropped down to 1 to 2 degrees, which would be supportive of wet snow. If we continue going more Tuesday morning, temperatures even get colder. 1 degrees, -2 for Abbotsford there. Let's just take a look at our upper air temperatures. What are the 925s? What is the temperature at 2,500 feet? Now, -2, -1. That would be generally supportive as long as surface temperatures are near zero. 1 degrees, 2 degrees. 2 degrees might be okay, but if 925s are below zero, then that means that there shouldn't be much of a warm pocket to deal with. If these 925s were reading -3, we would be much more favorable. But -1, -2, we can talk a little bit, and then you can see once we get really into Tuesday, Wednesday, that 925 millibar tongue gets out of here, and we start having to think about what's going to happen then. Alright, so let's just go away from the snow. Oops. Let's just go to our GFS here. You can really see these temperature readings are quite chilly, but we are going to actually, it appears as though I used the wrong the wrong parameter, but we'll just check Euro instead. You see that down here, that Euro really putting that trough down. This polar low comes through the 540 thickness line, dips south of the Washington State border, Portland border, Oregon border, sorry, and then this big bomb cyclone kind of forms off the coast, and you can really see it kind of turn around here near northwestern Vancouver Island. In fact, let's take a look at the mean pressure for this thing here, and you can see 945. That is very strong. You see an Arctic high here too, so that would be very interesting to see what happens. You can see that thing kind of swing up, but let's just take a look at max wind gusts. I haven't actually looked at this yet, but you can see, yeah, 150 kilometer an hour gusts showing up here off the coast of Vancouver Island, and we might even see some stronger gusts like 70 to 90 showing up soon in the Puget Sound. So we're gonna have to see where the system goes. If it can track inland more, we might have a windstorm en route to our area. All right, so you can see this. You can see here we really got a lot of moisture as well. Someone down the coast, you can see it down here. We'll get an atmospheric river, and then you can see another parent low from that forming, and it's really interesting because it looks like it might clash with some Arctic air here. So what happens after the first storm is unknown right now. We don't know if we're going to get some Arctic air trying to get close. We don't know if we're going to get another bomb cyclone. The pattern will be very interesting to watch. It definitely goes without saying. We can't go without saying that it is Fantasyland, and there's a lot of different things that can happen right now. So yeah, if we take a look at the GFS ensemble here, if we take a look at this, you can see we really start getting chilly out here. Very soon. By Monday, Tuesday, the modified Arctic air will get the area, and then that warm front from that polar low, from that big system comes in. Can see that Arctic air kind of hang out here. So let's just take a look at the long range, just for fun. We're gonna have to go back to the 12Z for that, because that's when the last run was that we could see all that way out. If we take a look at here, we start going to the end of November. You can see some Arctic air just kind of hanging out over here in British Columbia and Alberta. You can even see some of the members would have an attempt to bring it south. Whether we can get some Arctic air down to the Pacific Northwest remains unknown. You know what happens when that happens, right? Snow potential, cold, nice. But we will see. There is still a jet stream we have to deal with. We have to deal with the storm track. We have to see how far south this cold air mass can get. Can we get it down to the Pacific Northwest, or will the jet stream kick it out? If we take a look at the Euro ensemble, it really highlights that. Let's just check out. You can see that cold air coming through, and then this Arctic air kind of sets up over central northern British Columbia as the polar vortex kind of stretches out this way. But you can kind of see the battleground between the Pacific Northwest, anywhere south of central BC and southern BC, and the warm air kind of clashing through from the jet stream. Eventually it starts kind of looking a little bit more favorable, but we have a lot to go before we can have any more confidence. Keep in mind, having a big bomb cyclone in the weather models can throw everything off. They can throw off whatever's going to happen after, because they will change the atmosphere. They change how the atmosphere behaves a little bit around them. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. Anyway, we're going to take a look at Vancouver International Airport. This is a member of 50 different ensembles, and you can see most members have at least a trace of snow. Accumulations will probably stick to the higher elevations, or maybe areas with outflow. I'm talking Langley, Surrey, White Rock, Abbotsford. But you can see it will possibly be cold enough for us to see some flakes flying. It even does have a few members with some accumulating snow. We have a few showing 5 or 10 centimeters. We have a few showing 2, 4, 5, 3, 11. And then you can see there's a few kind of showing up later in the week with that Arctic air kind of around, but possibly anyway. But that's Fantasyland. But you can see a few members have that around. Now we're gonna take a look at Seattle here. So we're gonna show off what our friends down in Washington State could get. Where's Washington? There it is. All right. So if we go to Seattle, go to SeaTac, Seattle Tacoma International, you can see there's a bit less chance, but a bunch of them have some flakes flying. Maybe one of them has 8 inches, but I don't think there will have any accumulations down there. It'll be a bit more warmer down there for sure. And then you can see some clown range models coming in, but that's just Fantasyland, of course. So hope you enjoyed this video. There will be some modified Arctic air coming in this weekend. After this weekend, Lowland snow potential is definitely higher. Bomb cyclone possible next week with strong winds and rain. And models are somewhat supportive of Arctic air being around BC, so we'll see if that can go to the Pacific Northwest or not. Thanks for watching. Bye.